everybody. Happy New Year. New Year, new soaps. Whoop, whoop. Oh, got my lovely hairpiece on. Look at it, it's so pretty. Yes, got my fancy gloves. My I love spookiness shirt on. Time to dig into some new soaps. So don't worry, I'm still going to be bringing back the Zodiac soaps. I've got to actually grab the formulas, the printout sheets that I have for those specific ones. I may alter some of them this year just because. But then I'm definitely going to be leaving quite a few alone because they're perfect the way they are. Actually, they probably all of them are. It's just I might want to fiddle around. Or if anything, I'll do the new soap blend with the Zodiac puck mold that I showed you guys before. So yeah. But in the meantime, we're making 3 new soaps. And I did have someone ask me about my chamomile soap. Now I will be bringing that back. I thought I had my recipe already sitting out. Apparently I do not. So now I've got to find that in my binder. My soap binder. So I got to get that prepped. Hopefully later today, if not tomorrow. It just depends on, what my body does. So while I was hoping to have it ready by February, unfortunately that's not going to be the case this time. So I apologize for that. I am doing the very best that I can. So please have patience with me. But I will be doubling up the batch. So I will be making a much bigger batch of the coconut-free chamomile tea soap this year. Don't worry. Okay, I will make sure to have enough. So, in the meantime, I've got 3 batches already prepped. I'm just giving my colloidal oatmeal and oat milk powder a really good mix in my bucket here. I've got a smaller measuring cup set to the side for my extra colorant that I'm going to be doing. This specific batch I am calling, well, I don't know if I want to call it the Headmaster's office. I may call it something else. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But it's basically inspired by the Harry Potter books. Literally the Headmaster's office. And like if you walk in, because you're in trouble with the principal or whatever. What would kind of smell like. So this one I thought of, well, definitely books. Leather. It gave me kind of old-timey feels. So that's kind of around the scented area that I went with. So this is definitely a masculine type of scent. But I mean, if you like the smell of like books and leather, like I think you'll like this one. I don't know, but we'll see how it turns out. So this one, right now I'm just going to add in the lye down the stick blender just to make sure I don't get any splashes. No mess. No thank you. Not with lye water, because that is very dangerous. Very dangerous. That is so dangerous. I put the lid back on and I toss it in my cleaning bucket. My need to be clean bucket. All right, let's give this a mix. Now I prepped all of the oils and the lye water yesterday, so that way when I make it today, they're already at room temp. So it's usually a lot easier to work with. I always do this with my soaps. I used to just like prep in the morning and then make, several hours later in the afternoon. But then my body, fell apart as, you do. So I kind of had to change up my game plan on how I was gonna do the soaps. So now I prep everything ahead of time. I let it sit for at least a day just to get to room temperature, get nice and cool and everything. So when I do add the lye water, it's not going to turn into soap on a stick for me. And everything kind of mixes in and blends in really well. Even I haven't really had too many issues with scents messing up with me when I do this, which is really nice. On occasion they do, but that's usually because I overmix, which, yes, that is a thing. It can happen. It's possible, guys. Because I get a little too, I don't know, not really happy about it, but it's just, I really want to make sure everything flows very nicely. So here's my soap base, as is. Also, it's pretty. Look at it. Yes. Now I'm going to pour some of this into my measuring cup. I'm not actually weighing out how much, because this is the accent color. That'll work. That looks pretty. That looks very, very pretty. Alright, scrape this back down here. Get down there. Get something got, I don't know what you were. Something tried to get all sneaky in there. We didn't want that. Okay, accent color off to the side. Main color is here. Now this main color, I don't have a brown mica powder, but a nice alternative to that is cocoa powder. This is organic cocoa powder. So this, I'm going to grab a little sifter. Oof. Little sifter, little tea strainer. I'm going to let that sit. No, okay, that's not going to sit there. Good to know. So I'm going to sift in this, and I'm sifting it because I don't want any of these cocoa powder chunks, maybe this should be enough, to get into the soap. So I'm just sifting it in. I do have a plan this year, and that's to actually work on my YouTube videos. I know, like, I have a YouTube. Yeah, I've had it for quite a while now. I just haven't touched it because, you know, life got busy, and then I just, all the pardon my language, all the editing, I kind of dread that idea. So I'm thinking of sharing my soap making videos that I do here on my YouTube. People can just, you know, comment away. Get this a really good mix. But so everyone can just comment and I can respond, all that fun stuff, and that's a very pretty brown. I know that gets a little loud. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Get just a little loud with the blendings. But that's okay. It's supposed to do that. But no, it's that way. If you guys, when you're ready to see the cut, you know, yeah, that means you got to come back the next day to do it. But instead of, you know, the all satisfying, ooh, we get it magically the next day, right away, yay! No, I'm sorry. Good things come to those who wait, right? Right? You know, back in olden times when you had to wait an entire week to see the next episode of that cliffhanger TV show you were watching, and you're just like, I don't want to wait. But everyone's all like, oh, instant gratification. That's what we're going to do. No, I'm sorry. Life does not work with instant gratification. Like, everything takes time, but everything worth doing takes time. That's my thing. And yeah, I know I need to start taking my own advice. So, for those of you who know me, yeah, I get it. I know. I'm working on that. Alright, so that is nice, and that's blended, and look at all sorts of party. But we're not adding the fragrance just yet, because I have this accent color that I need to add stuff to this. And in here we are doing what's called copper penny. It's gonna be very, very pretty. I was thinking of doing more than one color adding into this, but I was like, you know, I don't want to make it more difficult on myself than I have to. So 2 colors. Okay, so this, so you got the brown that's going to be kind of like the generic, you know, headmaster type office. You know, you got the chairs and the desk and the walls and the bookcases. And then the copper penny is kind of resembling like all the finer details, you know, like all the books or all the elegant, you know, details on the walls. Like, yeah, I could have gone super fancy. Maybe another year. Maybe another time. Not this time. I don't want to do it this time. Alright. So, I try to mix, get the stuff at least submerged as best as I can with this spatula. Then we're going to come back in with the sticky blender and get this all blended up. Preferably without making a mess. Ooh, that looks so pretty. That looks very, very good. I'm happy with that. And it is a very, very pretty coppery color too. So it's got, you can actually see the kind of shimmer to it, which I absolutely love about micas, is it has this nice little shimmer. Of course, now my husband gets to poke fun at me anytime I have glitter on me and transfer it onto him, and I point it out like, hey, look at the glitter on me. He's like, gee, I wonder why. The house is full of it now, thanks to you and your mica. I'm like, well, you know, makes him look pretty. Okay, so scrape the edges, make sure everything along the edge got mixed in. All right. There you go. There's that nice pretty. Oh, hopefully you can see it, maybe. Kind of, sort of. Let me know if you can see it. A little pretty shimmer. Shimmer, shimmer. A sparkle, sparkle. I like it. Yay! Alright. Now we're adding in the fragrance. Now the fragrance, I'm going to do a little bit into the accent color, but most of it is going to go into the big brown one. Okay, so here's my little special blend. I mixed up. Oh, and it's not like it's like you can smell the leather, but it's not like a sickening leather. It's got a nice muskiness to it, and I like it a lot. All right, so a little bit in there, and then the rest is all in here. And again, I do a small amount of the fragrance oil because for those who have stupid sensitive skin, and like me, like, yeah, it may not last very long on your skin when you shower or bathe, but that's okay because I designed my soap to not do that. Because I don't want this irritating your skin any more than, you know, other things normally do. So this I'm just going to hand mix in, because if I stick blend it, I have a feeling it's going to try to become soap on a stick, and I don't want that to happen. I want this to stay nice and fluid and easy going, so when I go to pour, you'll get a nice I should hopefully get a nice swirly design in the soap. That's the goal. That's the plan. We'll see what happens because soap has a mind all on its own. It does what it wants, whether you like it or not. Now, it's not ricing, which is great. So ricing is a term used when the soap kind of looks like little bits of rice nodules, little rice grains and everything. And that I would have to stick blend out. But it's not doing that. So that I'm very excited for. Now, I have not used this blend before. I have used these two oils before, just in different blends, but not together. So, was not sure how well this was going to turn out, but so far I am loving it. Because this is well behaving for me. I am very happy that this is behaving. I'm just hoping the next two after this behave as well. Okay, so ta-da! There's the brown. All right. Now, we've got the brown. We've got the accent. I've got a bit of a mess. It's okay. It's just a tiny one. It's fine. It's fine. We're okay. What I am going to do, don't mind my little belt here. What I am going to do is I'm going to use this. So what this does, get this at like a hardware store. I'm pretty sure it's where my husband got it for me. So with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the base in, some of the base. I'm going to pour some accent. I'm going to alternate till I get about halfway. Then I'm going to put this. I've got to adjust it a little bit more. I got to get this to the right length here. And then I'm going to, yeah, there we go. Then I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to make it swirly. Gonna make some designs inside. It's gonna be fun. I haven't done this in, I don't even know how long. It's been a while, if you can't tell. Now, some people do sell one similar to this, that it's just like a straight metal rod that they use. I actually prefer this one, mainly because it's flexible. I can adjust it to whatever size I need for whatever mold I need. And it's inexpensive. So, here we go. We're adding in some of the brown for our base. Clean that up. Don't want to make a mess if I can't help it. Next, we're going to add in, ooh, this is thickening up. All right. Ooh, yeah, okay. Was not expecting that. Nope. I was not expecting that to get so thick. Okay. I'm going to have to work a little faster, so I might not talk as much in a minute. And we're adding that. Try not to make a mess. Now I'm just talking to myself at this point, and that's okay. Add you. Woo! Okay. A little bit more. And then we will, there we go. That's better. All right, now, give me this. Actually, tap you down. Now give me this. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now we scrape all this back in here. All in there. Try to make as little mess as possible. That goes down there because I'm done with that. Tap that down. Alright, and get the rest of this in. Alternating as I go. Oh. You're not behaving now. You were behaving, now you don't wanna. You know, that's just rude. Seriously, that's not very nice. No, that's not very nice at all. Shame on you. So. See, it was gonna look great and pretty, and then, like I said, soap does what it wants. out now. Look, it's so pretty. Hopefully, this doesn't come out to be a huge disaster when I cut it tomorrow. Please don't mess up on me. I need you to stay pretty. Alright. We're going to add some more of the brown over here. Scrape that out. Get over there. Alright. Kind of level that off a bit. If I can. Ooh. No. I really hope this does not turn into a soap failure. I don't get many of them. I haven't had those in a long time. But sometimes, no matter how many years and how many times you soap, it happens. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this on top, if I can. Come on, I need you to behave. We're going to do along one side. If I can get it off my spatula. Come on now. Off the spatula. Go on to the one side. Be interesting looking. Please be better looking. Please. Please. There we go. Okay. And then the rest of this, I'm just going to straight out put into here. Actually, no. No. I learned from last time I tried doing that. And then I tried doing my soap samples. And it was a pain to do my soap samples with this big one. So, reverse that. We're going to get all of you into this little one. Don't worry, I'm not leaving the top like that. I am going to be doing something to it. I promise you. Stuff will happen. I just got to get all this transferred before. Put this over here. Get all this stuff transferred before it turns into, gets too hard for me to put into my sample soap bar mold here. I was really hoping he would behave better than this. I mean, really. And it's always when I do a live, you know? Every time. It's like my soap is just, it's camera shy. Like, it's nervous. It's got stage fright. Don't worry, sweetie. They're gonna love you. You can do it. And I'm one of those people where I will literally scrape out as much as possible out of my container because this stuff is costly and I don't like wasting. Like, I don't. I really don't. It drives me absolutely nuts when I see people make stuff and it's just like, yeah, I made all this. And then look at all the stuff I've got left to clean. It's like, but you could have used that. It's so much. The world has enough waste. I'm not adding to it. Okay? If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Half the time I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Yay, me. I know it's not the prettiest. All right, we're just going to give that a little mixy mix. So that way, hopefully, some of that copper and some of that brown, you'll be able to see both in these sample bars. All right. So there's that. Now, back to this guy. What did I do? There it is. My little spatula here. So I'm going to use the other end of this guy. And we're gonna kind of... Okay, we're not doing that. Never mind. That idea was a bust. So, we're going to use a spoon. Right? Right? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Kind of do some stuffage here. Oh, I'm trying to make it look at least a little bit nicer. Maybe I can get it to do that in there and then do it on the other side and kind of get that coppery stuff to hang out in the center. Yeah, okay. Just gotta kind of smooth it out a bit, maybe. Give it a little mohawk here. Yeah. It's crazy Headmaster's office. Yeah. He's a rock star. I don't know anymore. This is how my year has started. I don't even know. Like, I just don't. But here we go. Little mohawk. All right. Little peaks. As some people call them. Little peaks. Nope. Go back there. I'm noticing that as I'm doing this, there's actually some of the soap in the center that's kind of leaving like this little air gap, and I'm trying to fill that in, hence me going this way to kind of fiddle with it. If I wasn't dealing with almost soap on a stick, you know, this is basically like therapy, which is usually very relaxing. Today, it's not very relaxing right now. All right, that works. Scrape all that off in there, and then it's good. Okay, so ta-da! Headmaster office type soap, looking like a rock star. Then I'm gonna grab my mold for. Yes, I know I moved. Hopefully, it's because you're done. Sorry, I'm currently recharging my battery. Literally recharging my battery, which is, you know, kind of funny. So we are going to just plop some of this in here for our sample bars. And this soap, actually all the 3 ones that I'm making, and I'm more like we're going to be doing more this weekend. We'll be ready in time for my very first show of the year. I finally got into Crown Point's hometown happenings markets, so very excited. Been trying for years to get in, and I finally did. So here's hoping it's worth the wait. I'm sure it is. I mean, they're always big markets. They're very well received. A lot of people show up and go to the market. So I don't know if you're one of those people that do, but if you are, I hope to see you there. If you're not, maybe just come check it out, see what it's all about. Because I didn't get to go to one last year because when they were doing theirs, I was working other markets at the time. So it's been at least over a year since I last went to one. But I have a lot of friends who go and who vend at the markets, so they always seem to have fun and always stories to share. Gotta love story time with vendor friends. You meet some really interesting people when you go to markets, or in my case, do markets. And not just the customers. I mean, like the other people, you know, who are there, you know, trying to provide for themselves or for their families too. Like, there are some really interesting people, and everyone, you know, has their own story, and I absolutely love it. So I always try to support small, you know, when possible. I was gonna say when humanly possible. Of course it's humanly possible. You just gotta do it. Duh. Don't mind me. I'm fine. Oh my goodness, my sample bars are looking like blech. This fragrance, man. I'm going to have to remember this from next time. Mental note! Don't do this one live because it will poke fun at you. Right? Like, all the things will go wrong if you make this live next time. Yes, alright. Learned my lesson. Stick to the ones I know that will behave. Don't do new ones. I'm alive. Gotcha. At least not until I know if they will properly behave, because clearly this one doesn't want to. Again, scraping everything off as I go because I don't want to waste. Not even with my sample bars. I do not want to waste. Now, before, I used to make enough soap literally just for the loaf, and then that'd be it. I didn't have sample bars. And then a friend of mine got married and requested that I do these little like sample type bars as her wedding favor. So I was like, yeah, sure, sounds awesome. And I kept the molds, obviously. So I was like, you know what? Why not? So now anytime someone purchases something from me, as long as I remember to bring my sample bars, I throw a random one in. So it's like, here you go. Presents. Yay, presents. Okay. There is that guy. Alright. So now I'm going to grab my tray, because I'm kind of very limited on my space here. We're going to move this guy over here, and I don't have to really worry about like him moving around or getting jiggly, because clearly he's perfectly fine the way he is. I'm just going to nope, not doing that. Never mind. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. I'm fine. Alright, so that guy is going over there. This guy will go under here to sit and hang out, because that guy is now just a little too tall. But that's fine. Set up my fragrance blend, which I happily wrote down exactly what I was going to do. So, we go blend this one up. This one, I don't know what I'm going to call it. So this one is inspired by the Poltergeist movies. Recently, like, I want to say like in the last month or two, my husband watched the remake, so it's like, okay, wait, where's, oh, no, okay, I know what numbers I'm doing. So yeah, he watched that, which, you know, I thought was, you know, kind of interesting, and then I was like, you know what, it's kind of an interesting soap idea. I'm gonna do it. So, as with poltergeists, and you know, you need a real good house cleansing, right? So this one is going to be a blend of sandalwood and sage. Gotta cleanse that home, right? Gotta cleanse yourself. Yeah, that's the idea. So, and again, I have not used this blend. Actually, I haven't even used these oils before. This is a whole new thing for me. I am risking it today with these soaps. Oh, it's a risk. Okay. It'll be worth it. So I give it a good mix. Thank you, Marissa. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Ooh. Ooh, it's almost like it has, I want to say it's kind of like almost a lemony scent, but not really. It's ooh. Ooh, that is really good. Oh, man. Oh, I can't stop sniffing that now. Oh. Oh, that is so good. It's very clean. If you like earthy, clean, slightly musky, but not really, this. Oh my God, that smells amazing. Oh my goodness. I'm loving it. Okay, so this one is going to be a really fun soap, because this one is going to glow in the dark. Yeah, buddy. The bars, so these, since I'm making them today and I'm cutting them tomorrow, these should be ready by January 25th, by about that weekend. So, which is the weekend before my first event. So I am trying to get as many soaps done as I can for my first event, because last week? It was a week or two ago. I took several soaps over to my friend's shop over in Lansing, the Mugs and Magic on Ridge Road, literally right by the Lansing-Munster border. Oh, a little extra glove there. All right. So she's got several of my soaps, a lot of my bath bombs, my body sprays are over there, toilet sprays are over there, the whipped soaps, some of my body butters are over there. But yeah, because I took several soaps over there, I've actually got to restock what I currently have on me, because for when I do my usual soap display at my shows, I don't have enough currently made to fill in my slots, so my display. So, and plus I get more new stuff made anyway, so, you know, it's fine. It works. Alright, so, second batch. And again, this one is going to glow in the dark, so I'm super excited for this one. So this one is still going to do 2 colors, even though it looks like I'm doing 4. Just so you know. This one is going to have the black base with a blue accent color, and the blue is what's going to glow in the dark. That's the plan. And I have figured out exactly how much I need to hopefully make this glow in the dark. I have made 2 glow in the dark soaps before, so please, you know, don't worry. I actually do have them available. It is the the Ice Milk Children and Mistress of the Night. Those 2 glow in the dark. So, because I have to have a specific amount of glow powder, I'm actually going to weigh that out now in here. This is my fun glow powder. And the downside of this is that when I mix it, it's going to sink. But you know what? That's okay, because I'm hoping to get it mixed in very, very well with this blue. That's the goal. All right. So there is my glow powder all weighed out. Okay, this glows in the dark. So that I'm setting to the side so I do not forget about that. All right, there's the mold over there. All right, so here we go, as per usual. Now the stuff foam is sitting at the top. That's the oat milk powder and the colloidal oatmeal. So I'm just gonna give this a good mix, because this has been sitting for a minute. Okay. Then, move that for the accent. I get my lye water. Okay, here we go. This is where the soap making process officially begins. Because once I add that lye water in, the timer starts. So, yeah. Gotta get to doing things. So if you have any idea of names for these movie-inspired soaps, you know, let me know. That'd be fun. It would help out a lot. I know a lot of people go, hey, I love the way you're creative with the names and everything. It's like, thank you. It's a lot harder than you think it is. Because it's like, yeah, I could make it very obvious, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like, I don't want it to be like, hey, this is, poltergeist soap. Like, no. I want... So I'm thinking of going with They're Here. But I also have a feeling maybe not everyone will understand that movie reference. But at the same time, maybe just the cool kids will get that movie reference. Like, if you've seen it, you know. If that makes any sense. Maybe, kind of, sort of, not really. Cool. Yay! Ugh, I'm forgetting to put stuff over there. Okay, so split this off. Accent color. That's going to glow in the dark. And be like, oh, neat. Alright, so glowing in the dark. We're doing this. If I can get this open. So yeah, it's like I could just, stick with, Headmaster's office. I could do, They're Here. The next one, the last one that I want to do is inspired by two things. So one, my sister-in-law asked me years ago, sorry it's taken me so long, years ago to do a villain-inspired soap line. Okay? So, the hard part for me with that is trying to figure out, well, what are they gonna smell like? Like that's like always the hardest part is what do you make them smell like? So, I have come up with my first one, which normally you'd think it'd be like fire and brimstone and death and decay, it's like all these, things, but I have decided, I'm just going to use the rest of that because there's not much left. I have to get more of that one. I have decided that what I'm going to do is Hades is going to be my first villain-inspired soap. Do a little bit more of that one. Now, I am a huge lover of mythology, especially Greek mythology. Like, that is my favorite. I absolutely love it. So, I figured wintertime, everyone's all, bummed and depressed. So I figure, why not Hades? Plus, I think I'm actually going to go end up watching Hercules later today. And he is also going to be a black and blue base, but his blue is going to be a lot... I want to do a lighter blue. Almost like an icy kind of blue, because that fits better with with his hair and what he's got going on, in that animated movie. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Set this black here, well, black and gray, because now I'm out of the black. So actually, since I'm out of that one and I've got to do Hades still, I might have to come up with a backup plan for Hades. Shoot. Alright. That's enough stick blending. I don't want to overdo it. Yeah, I might have to... I think I'll just do the two today, and then I'll get more of the black and... so I can actually do Hades properly, because I don't want him to be a gray. I want it to be... Well, I mean, and yeah, I could use activated charcoal. There's a reason why I don't like using it. One, it is super powdery. Like, it gets everywhere. And I mean everywhere. And it is such a pain to clean. If you ever try doing it, I don't recommend it. Okay? I don't. Just, no. I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with it. So that's why I don't. And not to mention, even if you use a tiny amount, you still have to be careful because that stuff stains so easily. It is insane. Insane. No. No. That's why I don't even use it for my bath bombs. I refuse because, hi, that thing, it will show you that you did not clean your tub. Even, no matter how much you think it's clean, it will stick to all the oils and all the things that you thought were gone, and surprise, they're not. All right, this I'm going to do a tiny bit in the blue, and the rest is all in here. It's all in here. Here's hoping. Cross your fingers, toes, legs, arms, eyeballs, whatever you got on you. Whatever you can without hurting yourself. And let's pray to the soaping gods that this works. All right. So we're going to hand blend this into the blue. Oh my God, it smells so good. And I'm really hoping this glows very well. That's the whole point. 'Cause the blue is supposed to glow like, the television screen, That's the whole point. So you need to glow properly. I really need you to do that. Alright, get this in. And the black is obviously the television set. And that dark, ominous kind of vibe you get whenever you watch the movie. Because, it's one of those movies, if you watch it properly, you're watching it at night, not during the day. Unless it's with your kids, or someone who jumps and scares very easily. Then you might watch it during the day, just to show them, hey, look, it's sunny outside, let's go play. Let's go for a walk. It's just, there are some people, and that's okay. Alright. My body can't stay up watching horror movies anymore as it once used to, which is kind of a bummer. But, life happens when you get old. Alright, so, as before, this one's actually staying more fluid. So, if you're praying to the soap gods with me, keep going, because we're not done yet. Alright, there's the first. Come on, soap gods. Yes. Here we go. Here's some of that blue. Okay. Here's that. Okay. Come on, soap gods. All right, we're still doing really good. Keep going with that good mojo. Yes. Oh, good mojo, good mojo. Nothing but good thoughts. We can do this. Yes. I feel like I'm going to channel my inner Bob the Builder moment. Alright. I'm going to stop there. Because otherwise I'm going to go overboard with the soap here. Now this is still staying very, very fluid. And I'm loving it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my little stirring rod. I'm going to make little dribbles. Little dribbles. Drip, 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 drip. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing this is so I can do this little swirl on top. give a nice little whoosh thing. If that makes any sense. Kind of get more swoosh over here. Swoosh. I do need more swoosh. There we go. Swooshies. Yes. Liking the swooshies. Okay. Now this, I need to be very, very careful because it is still fluid. It is going to wiggle and move. And unfortunately, I can't bring it closer for you to look because of how fluid it is. So I'm going to very gently move this over, and then after the video, after the live, I'm going to take a picture and share it. Now, one thing I don't like about my tables is it's not exactly flat surface, but that's okay. That's okay. So, as before, we're going to mix the darker one, the big container, into the little container. Okay, I'm doing it. I know what I'm losing my mind. Okay, big container into little container. Okay. And then make the samples. Whoosh. Ooh. Look at the prettiness. You stay so fluid. Thank you so much. Thank you, Soap Gods. Thank you, Marissa, and everyone watching the replay who helped pray to the Soap Gods to make this work. It has succeeded. Yay, Soap Gods. Alright, scraping the bottom. I know this is like the tedious part of soap making. The part that no one shows you in soap videos. If you ever look at YouTube or TikTok or any of those, you know, like here, look, we're mixing the colors, we're adding it too, look how pretty we decorated it, and then bam, look at the cut. It's like, but you don't see all this tedious work. Like, yes, here's everything left over, and this is what I do with it. I take my time scraping out all of it because I don't want to waste my the stuff. Like, I may spend a few minutes doing this just so you guys have sample bars and so I don't waste anything. Hooray. It's always the little things, you know. Everyone's like, oh, that's so amazing. And so, okay, so I've known this for quite a while, and in one of my soap groups, it got brought up. There is a company, I'm not stating who, but there is a company that sells cold processed soaps, which is what this is. This is called a cold processed soap, okay? They sell them 3 days after making them. 3 days. Now you may be wondering, well, what's so wrong about that? Okay, so technically, yes, this soap would be considered safe to use after 72 hours or 3 days. Okay? However, if you were to do that, the soap would not last you very long. Now, with their recipe, they're saying that their soap will last 3 weeks, I believe it was. And you're like, oh, well, that actually sounds pretty good, right? Well, that depends on how often you shower or how often you bathe with said soap, how many people are using said soap. But I think my biggest issue with that is it's not, you can get a bar of soap to last longer than that if you let it sit and properly cure, which is usually, for most soap recipes, is about 4 to 6 weeks. Now, my recipe that I personally designed myself, and I have tested this thing for a long time before I even, you know, did stuff to it. Like I tested this recipe first while making other ones, you know, other tried and true recipes. Mine actually got it down to 3 weeks, which is really impressive. Like most take 4 to 6. Okay, I got mine down to 3. Could I sell my stuff after 72 hours? Absolutely, I could. I don't, because I want you guys to have a longer lasting bar of soap. Now, I have soaps that I've made years ago that for some reason they didn't move, and that's okay. Like, people either weren't interested, or it was an additive that I used, you know, because I did make 2 soaps with activated charcoal. Okay, that's how I know a big pain butt it is to clean. So yeah, like, I've done it. I still have some bars. So, and I had one loaf that it just, after it sat for so long, it started to look very, very meh. So I just took it off the shelf. But anyway, but it's like, I want you guys should have a bar of soap that actually lasts, you know? Like, you shouldn't, I don't want you to have to come to me every 3 weeks complaining that the bar of soap you got, you know, doesn't last that long. You know, like, I want you to enjoy it. I want it to last as long as possible. Now, is my stuff going to last longer than 3 weeks? I have no idea. I honestly could not tell you that. Because again, it all depends on how often you're showering, or if you're using it, you know, like for just a hand soap or a full body bar. There are people that use it for hair and shampoo, duh. For hair and body. Like, it honestly, it all depends. It really does. I have noticed that there are some makers that I have tried out before where their soaps don't last as long as mine do when me and my husband are using them. And there's some soaps that I'm lucky if they last a week. It all depends on the recipe and who's using it and how often and all that fun stuff. All right, so this soap is officially done, and then I will bring you guys down in a moment to show you the loaf and all its prettiness. All right, here we go. And flippity flips, and there it is. There's the pretties. Remember, that blue glows in the dark. Ooh. Look at it. Look at that shimmer. I don't know if you can see that shimmer, but there it is. And then there's the one that didn't want to behave very well. But hopefully it'll smell and look really cool tomorrow.